ego death has to be one of the most difficult experiences you will ever have, yet one of the most transformative. In this video, I'm going to share with you how to ego death for beginners. That means I'm going to help you identify whether you're going through an ego death, how to navigate it, and how to trigger one if that's what you're choosing to accelerate your soul evolution. Hey there, I'm Ana Davila. I am a purpose mentor, breathwork facilitator, and a shadow work specialist. Subscribe and like for more tips and practices on how to connect with your intuition, your power, your magic, and step into your soul mission. Are you going through an ego death? Are you having painful experiences? Do you have no control over what's happening? Are your belief systems being challenged and are collapsing right before your eyes? Do you feel lost? If you're experiencing any of these, or maybe even all of them, you're likely going through an ego death. How to move through it? There are really three choices that you have. And in my opinion, one is the better option, but you have a choice, so I'm going to share all of them. The first way that you can possibly navigate an ego death is denial. And that means to just deny that the whole thing is happening, try to ignore the experience, pretend that it's not happening, distract yourself with things like TV and all these different things that you can do. That's one way to navigate an ego death. Not the most helpful though. The second way that you can navigate an ego death is through love and lighting all of it. That means you will try to put love and light stickers all over your experience. Try to think a positive thought and not engage with the more difficult emotions that are for sure coming up when you're going through an ego death. Again, that is a way that you can navigate it, but in my opinion, is not that helpful. The third way, and the way that I recommend you navigate an ego death, is by doing shadow work. Why is this helpful? An ego death, like I mentioned, will be one of the most difficult experiences you will have, but also the most transformative. There's so much energy and wisdom and gifts in that experience. Shadow work allows you to move through it efficiently, effectively, and shadow work allows you to reveal, unlock, and obtain the energy, power, and gifts that this experience holds. Every other way of navigating an ego death, you will have transformation on the other side because it's going to happen, whether you like it or not, but you won't get the most out of the experience. This is like squeezing all the juice out of the fruit and allowing yourself to receive the most that you can from this experience in ways that are going to support you so much. If you want to learn more about shadow work, I have a full video on that, so check out the description for the link. How to get the most out of your ego death. Surrender, alchemize, be intentional. Surrender. If you fight this experience, if you're coming up against it and trying to push it and deny it and just not accept it, you will get something out of the experience, but not as much as if you just open up yourself to what the experience has to gift you. Yes, this is a lot easier to say than do, but trust me, you can choose to surrender over and over again, even if you unconsciously put up resistance, put up walls again, choose to surrender. That's how you're going to receive the most out of the experience. It will unlock the gifts that this experience is trying to give you. Alchemize. Alchemizing is a really powerful practice of grabbing an energy and transforming it into something else. All of us, everyone, wants things. We want things, but in order to obtain something, to create something, to manifest it, it requires energy. Most people are operating by putting in energy through physical actions, but there is another source of energy. Everything is energy, emotions, thoughts, experiences. If you can use this huge experience, which an ego death is huge, it's a huge collapse of so many things, and there's so much energy there. If you use that energy and alchemize it, you're going to have so much energy to create the thing that you're actually desiring. So, alchemize it, utilize the energy and make it mean something intentional. Be super intentional as to where you're headed. Be intentional about what you are wanting. Be intentional about how you're moving through this experience. You can just see where the experience takes you, or you can take sacred responsibility and choose what you're going to get from this experience. That to me has been the most powerful experience. I've tried both ways. I'm all about evidence based life. So I conduct a lot of experiments. And if you ever want me to share experiments here that I try with different practices and things, let me know in the comments. But I've tried it one route and then another. And when I'm intentional about what I'm going to make it mean, I see transformation happen a lot faster and I move through the difficulties a lot quicker. Okay, so now how to trigger an ego death by choice. Why would anyone do that? You may be asking. Like I mentioned, it is one of the most difficult experiences you will have, but it's also one of the most transformational. So you may want to trigger this to accelerate your path, your soul evolution. You may want to do this to create the starting conditions to what your soul came here to do. That can include stepping into your soul aligned career, using your gifts, creating a positive impact in the world, and living your purpose. Another reason why you may want to trigger an ego death is because sometimes it's a little bit easier to navigate this when you're choosing when it happens versus when it comes out of nowhere and you're a hot mess in spaces and environments and seasons of your life where maybe it's a little bit harder. So, if you're choosing to trigger an ego death, you tend to be resourced, you tend to have some space for yourself and some time. That can be another reason you're choosing to trigger an ego death. Okay, so let's talk about how to trigger it. A psychedelic journey is a really powerful way to trigger an ego death. And this can be through plant medicine, through breath work, through a shamanic journey. There are a lot of different types of practices that can induce a psychedelic journey. And so notice which one your intuition is leading you towards. I've tried all of these and they're all really powerful. So just trust your intuition as to which one. Another way to trigger an ego death is through ritual. Setting up a ritual with a lot of different components, using energies, calling in your allies is going to be a really powerful way to start the process of an ego death. There are a lot of different rituals that you can do, but also I recommend following your intuition. And if you want to learn more about intuition, I do have videos on that. But your intuition is going to lead you towards the practice that's going to support you the most in this moment in time. And the third way I want to share with you on how to trigger an ego death intentionally is through journaling. Take the time to journal about all the beliefs that you have about yourself. Who are you? Why you're here? What type of personality are you? What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? What are your desires? Write it all down. Then write down all the reasons why you are not those things you thought you were. Keep doing that until you lose your identity. And this is when ego death happens so that you can rebuild it intentionally. Let me know in the comments if you're going through an ego death right now or if you have so in the past. If this video was helpful, consider liking and subscribing so that you don't miss out on more videos like this. And if you know of someone that this video would be beneficial, definitely feel free to share this video with them because I know that ego death can be hard. You can feel lonely, isolated, like you're the only one going through this. And this video is going to help support them. So definitely share. And if you are personally going through an ego death right now, I just want to say that I see you. I love you. You've got this. Breathe, be resource, and use some of these steps to help you navigate this more efficiently and also more gracefully. See you on the next one.